all kind of plastic and other shit in there as well, man.
Because when you buy a fish tank, any brother ever had an aquarium?
Yeah.
When you get an aquarium, you gotta buy a filter for it.
Yep.
But the ocean is like a giant aquarium. It doesn't have a filter. So it has to have a system to filter itself out. Like you was
filtering system.
There's a filtering system. Going into the oxygen, all those the plant life in the ocean. Even what do you call those reeds? Coral reefs.
Yeah.
They have a high nutrition content to feed the fish in the area. But the ocean has its own filtering system. Alright, so like the brother said, you're destroying the oceans. You know how much plastic they extracting out of the ocean? You ever seen clips where they'll cut up a whale? It's nothing but plastic in the whale, man. But Esau let Esau tell it, we the criminals. Every morning you watch the goddamn news, it's the Jake with dreadlocks, some tattoos, and that's the worst thing walking on the planet Earth. That's what everybody gets scared of. But the deadliest creature on Earth, it is walking in plain sight and nobody thinks nothing of it.
He's an angel.
He's an angel.
What they say about even the devil disguises himself as an angel of light.
Yep, there you go.
It's Esau.
I got a precept. It's Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau.
Profane means out of the temple, man. So you have nothing to do with the law, statutes, and commandments. You have nothing to do with life.
Yep.
If you go into the history of Adam, all right, Adam was given the breath of life. So I'm gonna ask you brothers a question. What is the breath of life?
Wisdom, knowledge, understanding.
The wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the Most High started with the law, statutes, and commandments. So Adam was civilized. Yeah. The Most High civilized Adam with his word. But Esau wasn't. He didn't receive that, man. That's why he's so profane. He's so contrary to existence, man. All right.
If you go back to where we was at in 2 Timothy 4 and 4, where you read verse 5, read it. Can the brother get that word? It's gonna go into sanctification. See, Esau, they say he's profane, he's outside of the temple. He wasn't sanctioned or sanctified to govern the earth. You have to be sanctified to understand how the earth operates, man. You know? That's why everything that this devil touches becomes destroyed. Go ahead, bro.
Yep. It's 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. For it is sanctified by the word of the Most High and prayer.
So the elder just asked about wisdom. You know? The law, statutes, and commandments. The laws are the wisdom, all right? So the laws of life were given to Israel. That's why I say Esau, he profane, he out of the temple, because that part of the blessing he didn't get. His blessing was the sword to destroy. Our blessing was to understand, and throughout time of losing that understanding, to gain it back of how things are to operate. By looking at him and how he operates, it automatically shows us that he's not fit to rule. Like, okay, so it's got to be somebody that's got to come and take over, because this guy is never going to get it right. He can't see how it's wrong to throw plastic in the ocean. He can't see how it's wrong to spray chemicals in the air.
Give homosexual rights.
Give homosexual rights. He can't see what that equals. You know, 0 plus 0 equals 0. You know, you take nothing and you add nothing to it, you're still gonna get nothing. The Lord didn't create us like that. He told us to be fruitful and multiply. You take a seed, one, you put it in the ground with one, and it multiplies and becomes 2, 3, 4, and so on. All he does is take.
But Esau make a pill to help prevent HIV. Like you missing the whole picture, Esau. You know?
But yeah, so the Christians, they try to use that scripture of Timothy 4 to say, see, nothing to be refused. All creatures are good. But you gotta read verse 5. It has to be sanctified. The brother got the word sanctified?
This is sanctified in the Blue Letter Bible, Strong's G37, Hagazo, and it means to render or acknowledge or to be vulnerable or hollow, to separate from profane things.
See? What I said about Esau? Esau is not sanctified. See? Because he takes the things that are profane and he makes them holy. Pork is the other white meat.
Yeah.
You see? No, it's not.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's not meat. It's not meat for you to eat. It's meat for its purpose. Go ahead, bro.
Dedicated to Yahweh, consecrated things to power, dedicated people to power, cleansed eternally.
Dedicated people, it said dedicated people to power.
Yep.
The people that he dedicated to his word was the Israelites, man. Esau doesn't understand that because he wasn't allotted that wisdom. He was only allotted the wisdom of wickedness, how to do everything opposite and contrary to righteousness. Is it more?
Yep. To purify by expiation, free from guilt of sin, to purify eternity by renewing of the soul.
So the Lord has certain things that's clean, meaning pure, and he has certain things that, which all things are good for their purpose, but it's certain things that's pure for us to eat and to deal with on certain levels, and there's certain things that we're not to deal with so far as eating and other aspects, you know? Just like a woman. You're not supposed to be around a woman when she's on a cycle. You see? When she's clean, after that cycle's past 7 days, then you can deal with her accordingly. So it's about, when you go into Malachi, can I get that real quick, Elder? Get Malachi 3 and 18. It's about discernment between wickedness and good and the timing. Because there's certain times that you could be doing something that's righteous, but you're doing it at the wrong time. Like the Sabbath. Certain things you're supposed to be doing on the Sabbath. Go ahead.
This is Malachi chapter 3, verse 18. Then shall you return and discern between righteous and the wicked, and between him that serve Yahweh or him that serve him not.
Woo. And that's what you see going on so far as us coming back to who we are and our power. We're discerning the wickedness from the righteousness just by observing and looking at nature, right? Looking at who's in the power seat. You got something, bro?
Come on, I got something to go right with that. This is Job chapter 12, verse 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall teach thee. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee.
See, because the animals are basically programmed to go directly with the order that the Lord set up for them.
Right.
If you study them, they're set up to do exactly what he set them to do.
Yep.
They can't, they don't go off. Animals don't go off. They do what they're supposed to do. So when you look at the order of the animals, you're able to understand the order of life. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee.
Yeah.
And that's really how a lot of inventions come to be about.
Yeah.
They look into nature and see, oh wow, an octopus's tentacle, how they grab things.
Yeah.
Well, let me make a suction cup to hold up a camera stand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Hey, like this submarine is made out of some type of
whale.
whale.
A whale.
Yeah, a whale.
Yeah, because the whale has a pressure system. It releases all that air to go deeper. Same thing with the submarine.
Wow.
That's what the
Bird,
submarine.
plane,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sub, under.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said the fish would declare it. Hey man, and those fish, that's always the Most High is an artist.
Yeah.
Wisdom of Solomon 13th chapter tells you that the Most High is the first author of beauty, man. Earth is like his canvas.
Yep.
And Esau, you're like Jackson Pollock. I know Jackson Pollock. He was the artist that he just
Throw shit on
throw
there.
shit on the
Make a
canvas.
disaster.
This nigga ain't doing shit. This nigga 3-year-old, man.
Like an
That's what doing with
abstract art.
yeah, abstract. And he destroying the canvas, man.
Order ab KO.
Yeah,
Order out of chaos.
Yeah.
You just end up being chaotic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But hey,
That's
run-
beautiful. That's beautiful.
And then Apostle Paul, actually I think I do. Apostle Paul, he made that, I forget where it's at, but it said, ask nature and it shall tell you that that having long hair is a shame.
Oh, it's in
It's against nature.
It's in 2 Corinthians.
14.
I think so.
14.
It's in there. Yeah. It's a shame.
For a man to have long hair.
Yeah.
It's against nature. And it's confusion.
Yep.
It's like a man wearing yoga pants. The men start wearing yoga pants.
Get
That's
you
not
guys
super
out.
thought.
And get it in the blue letter. Bump shot. Get it in the blue letter.
chapter 11, verse 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given her for a covering.
Now let's go into that word nature.
It is physis, and it means the nature of things, the force, laws, and order of nature.
The force, laws, and order of nature.
Like homosexuality is against nature.
It's against laws.
Two women being together, that's against the laws of nature.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. So when you study nature, nature is a manifestation of the laws that the Lord has set up. You know, order. It really is order. You know. You see what I see? Yeah.
Yep.
Good. Hey, but hey, like I say, the God of this world, man. You know, he don't have the light, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's why he profaned it out of the temple, man. Go ahead, bro.
I got precept. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
And the Most High is not the author of confusion. Christianity is pure confusion, man.
Yep.
All right, it's a green light to do confusion. It's a pure form of witchcraft to lure you into Satanism, man.
Yep.
And then you're drunken off the witchcraft because when we check you, you'll say, hey, God loves everybody.
Right.
Hey, just pray over your food. Right. And you think it's like spiritually superior to say that. But the Most High does that's confusion, man. How I feel, it tells you in Jeremiah 17 and 9 that the heart is deceitful above all things, man. The last thing you want to do as a man is obey your damn emotions, man.
That's right.
All right?
Hey, Esau pushed that in the commercials, drinking Sprites and shit like that. Obey your thirst.
Right?
Just do as you will.
Because Esau, part of the order Abkeo and part of the New World Order is you going off your own devices.
Right.
Before the Most High destroyed the first Roman Empire was known as the decadent Rome. Rome was known as the decadent Rome. Decadent goes back to decay. Going back to moral decay. So instead of having tradition and structure and culture and morals, you're going into a moral decay. Going off your own devices, like the brother Yakanan is saying, like obey your thirst, man. That's part of Satanism. Do what thou wilt, man. You don't own me, you don't control me, you only live once. It's Satanism, man. All right? The Most High didn't give you laws to be a hard ass. He gave you laws to protect yourself from death, man. All right?
Brothers got something?
This Baruch 4, and I'm gonna start at 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
Talking about America, man. Talking about Esau in America. Are she gonna be grieved in her own desolation, man? All right, go ahead.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time.
And then her is a personification of America. It says she's gonna be inhabited of devils, like desert creatures. Only desert creatures that will be in a post-apocalyptic destruction will exist. Says it in Revelation 18th chapter. All right, certain owls, certain lizards are gonna dwell in America. Buzzards. All right, but America is never gonna be rebuilt. Trump was wrong. He's not gonna make America great again, man. America's gonna be a big desert. All right.
Great pertaining to Zephaniah 1. You know, it's a great and terrible. It's gonna be great in a terrible way. It's like we're gonna look at America and Lord willing, when we in the kingdom, we're gonna look at America with that, oh man, you know, how you lit it up? Woo! You know, it's just that, what they call it, that feeling you get when something just feels so good to you, just to even remember to think about it, that euphoria. You know, you're just looking like,
all struck.
Man, I wouldn't mind seeing that again.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Not going through it. We ain't gonna be we don't want to go through it, but we'd like to see it get hit with those missiles again, man. You know? It's gonna be smoking for ages.
Man.
You know? Come on, man. That spiritual fire is gonna come to this place. It's gonna be a fire like nothing else that ever came, man. That's what the brother was just reading in Baruch about the fire the Lord gonna bring on America. Okay? The fire is really gonna be a different form, like not even like what we see, even though we got pictures of natural fire. It's gonna be natural fire, but it's gonna be on a whole nother level, man. You know? For something to keep smoking for that long, like shit. You know, it's like gonna be a memorial of smoke. Man, that was America 1,000 years ago. It's still smoking.
Well, they showed you that. They showed you that on the movie Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
1968. Although it wasn't smoking in the movie, Charles Hester found out that the whole time he had ended up landing in America, because the hand of the Statue of Liberty and the crown was like right on top of the sand.
Yeah, buried in the sand.
And it was like, you did it. You did it.
Yeah, Apostle Paul always go into that.
Yeah. So that's why GMS, we're men of prophecy, man. Because the end result is America getting destroyed, man. That's the main prophecy, man.
That's right.
You know?
Right. And we talk about it so much because that's really the order that's set up. You go into Corinthians and say, through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. You know, it's cool to talk about the Lord's mercy and, you know, he coming to save. But we can't never neglect the fact that the Lord said he coming to set fire on earth, man. He's coming for destruction, and he's ready to come and destroy this place because of the wickedness that's going on in it. You know? It's much more on there. Okay, I had some. This is Romans 8 and 5. It says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Yep.
For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Yep. Just gonna break that down, brother.
So we focus on the things of the Spirit. You know, the elder was going into how Esau operates, and the precept that you brought out, like, he gonna be grieved at his own desolation.
Right.
Well, how you gonna be grieved at something that you brought to the earth? When the kingdom that you beautified and glorified goes down, now you grieving. But you weren't grieving when you was bringing all this hell and destruction.
Right.
Okay? Because you know why? You always had a carnal mind. You never had a spiritual mind to think about how to preserve life. All you was thinking about is yourself. Esau is a proud and selfish man.
He's into instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
We're into delayed gratification.
Yep.
Send the next generation up for success. So that's what our forefathers did when you was going into inherited land.
Yep.
You go to the book of Tobit. Tobit's son inherited his wealth and his father-in-law's wealth. So he got married, or he linked up with the woman. They had half for her father-in-law's wealth. Then when his father died, he got half of his wealth. So they were already established, man. All right. We set the next generation up. When you instill laws, statutes, and commandments into your offspring for the tying up babies, by the time he's 12, 13, 14, he can rule his own house. All right, because it all starts with the laws. See, we got all these, JK has all these solutions on how to recover from captivity, how to better ourselves in America, but it all starts with the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. The obedience, man. All right?
I got a precept.
All right, you got it, y'all.
All right, this is Romans 7 and 12. It says, wherefore the law is holy and the commandment holy and just and good. You know, and that's plain, man. That's, hey, the Lord set the law up for us to be able to follow. It's just and it's good and it's holy, man. You know, and it's for us to follow for a reason, man. You know, we ain't supposed to be eating pork chops, eating shrimp, catfish, all of that shit, man. Is damaging to your body and your spirit, you know.
You ever have a fish tank, going back to that fish tank and the catfish, or even in the pond or whatever. When fish die, you know how they float up? Guess what?